Hello. Today, I have the pleasure to talk to Damien Ertley from the WWF, the Worldwide Fund for Nature. Welcome, Damien. I'd like to explore with you what Swiss businesses need to contribute in the race to net zero, and especially those who are active internationally. Please could you start by telling us about WWF's objectives and where they interact with the economy?
WWF aims to stop the degradation of the Earth's natural environment and to build a future in which humans live in harmony with nature. We're doing this by conserving the world's biological diversity, by ensuring that the use of renewable natural resources is sustainable, by promoting the reduction of pollution and wasteful consumption. This entails halving our footprint by 2030. Our economies are geared towards continuous growth, which is a problem. And so, because of that, we're consuming more than the Earth can provide. And that's where companies come in. They are part of the problem, but can also choose to be part of the solution by reducing their impact on the environment themselves and/or by helping others to do so.
Swiss companies are nearly always part of a wider supply chain. They have suppliers and they're often selling on to OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, or to other integrators of their products and services. Where does WWF see the roles and the responsibilities of these kind of companies?
These companies share a responsibility for a sustainable production of the supply chains they are part of. They need to assess their emissions and their impact on nature together with their suppliers and their partners. They also need to set ambitious targets for their most material issues and follow through with achieving them. Sometimes that even means they have to develop completely new business models that don't rely on resource exploitation, but rather create positive impacts.
How important are the net zero targets for WWF?
The Paris Agreement, the legally binding international treaty on climate change signed in 2015 by 196 countries, was a big milestone for WWF's ambition to reduce the risks posed by global warming. Since then, all countries need to set climate targets and develop and implement and enforce plans on how to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. These plans and the resulting net zero pledges by countries and companies are very powerful and important tools for WWF to engage with all relevant actors. In order to deliver timely results, these targets need to be complemented with clear and ambitious interim targets and with roadmaps and plans on reaching these targets. Net zero targets alone are usually too far in the future, but still, there are clear mandates for all contributors to any supply chain, but also to regulators or consumers to act in good faith and help the world to achieve a climate-friendly economy.
How should companies approach the challenge of preventing the climate crisis themselves?
Well, they should follow a well-thought-through corporate climate strategy. This entails thorough greenhouse gas accounting, the setting of science-based net zero targets with interim targets according to the SBTi, also investment in climate finance and public advocacy for progressive climate politics. In addition, they should engage in sector initiatives and be part of the broader discussion on global warming and possible solutions.
With the focus on the economy and the role of industry, in which topics or sectors do you see a need for Swiss companies to do more or to contribute more?
Well, there is plenty to do in any sector and in every economic area. Energy, transport, food, construction, communication, you name it. Most effective could be to become a role model for other companies in a supply chain or an industry. If Swiss companies could live up to the global expectation and operate within planetary boundaries, others might follow suit.
Coming back to the action plans and the focus topics for decarbonisation, achieving net zero by 2050, where does WWF see the biggest opportunities or, respectively, the greatest challenges in achieving this target?
The biggest challenge in my perspective lies in achieving the necessary speed for this transition while still keeping it socially responsible. Another challenge I see in setting the right framework conditions and regulations to make good solutions economically viable. To reach net zero, we need to reduce our greenhouse gas emissions and find ways to remove our present and future emissions. Net zero means reducing emissions drastically. Only a very small percentage of emissions will be remaining in the net zero state, and these will have to be neutralized by permanent removals. Emission reduction needs to be done through reducing consumption, increasing efficiency, and transitioning from fossil fuels to renewable energy. We need contributions from all parts of society, be it on behavior change, developing smart business models, restoring nature, or new technologies. We see opportunities in smart and innovative solutions to promote energy efficiency and widespread distribution of renewable energy.
Thank you, Damien. The Cleantech Mandate at SGE aims to promote the activities of Swiss companies with clean tech products and services and bring them to the markets where they can have the biggest impact. Consequently, our new reports for you from focus regions around the world highlight local projects that are contributing to the race to net zero goals. Thank you again, Damien, for your insights. And now let us start today, as speed is of the essence.